Don't stop.
Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. Good morning to you all. I'm so glad that you've decided to spend this morning with me, or whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are. Hello from 11 a.m. Seattle. That's where I'm at. Where's everybody else? Aiden Jack is here. Hello, Aiden. Lizzie is here. Hello to Lizzie. Good to see you as always. Knit and Crochet Tiger. Happy to see you. I'm glad you're excited for Alice. Linda Lavin is awesome. Do you know she actually has a diner? Like, she bought a diner in 2017. So that's fun. Loved her cameo on Mom. I haven't seen Mom. Ellen is here. Hello. Trying to get my kids to agree to go into sleep at 8 instead of 9 so I could watch this in peace. No success, so I'll have to get them to shut up then. We'll gather them around. This is probably going to be a safer kids probably stream. I can't imagine anything too raunchy is going to happen. They may be very bored for us talking about like sitcoms in the 1970s because that is the plan. We're going to be talking about Alice, beloved sitcom of the 70s and into the early 90s, I believe. And also this one weird week, this one weird trick, this one weird week in 1976 that became just the gayest week in television history due to a confluence of events. In a very gay time, this was a very gay week. Surprising just how queer culture in general, television, movies, music, theater, how gay it all was around this time. So we're going to be talking about all that. Terrence is here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be about the episode where Mel's college friend and football quarterback comes out to Alice on a date. Yes, indeed. You've guessed. Changa. Yes, Changa's here. Hello, Changa. Good to see you. The first Alice episode. Isn't it weird? Now, things get a little squishy because this is the first one in the regular rotation of Alice, the first one that aired at the regular time. But for some reason, they dropped the pilot a month early. So they aired the pilot in August. A month goes by, and then they start the regular run of the show. And I think it's because the pilot, if I'm remembering correctly, has a totally different, like a different kid, a different actor played her kid. She had a daughter in the pilot, and then they switched it to a boy for the rest of the series. So I don't know. Maybe that's why they did it. Who knows? Anyway, the show Alice, based on the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, an incredibly dark, gritty Scorsese film. And they were like, you know, it'd be fun. Let's turn this into a sitcom. Nevermore is here. Hello, Nevermore. And Bumble, yes, do remember to hit that like and appease the gods, whatever it is that they like about likes. They like likes, basically. And Nasenda, thank you so much for the tip. Look at that corgi, I think it's a corgi. Let's say it's a corgi. Or is it a Shiba? Oh, which are better, corgi or Shiba? Am I able to do polls No, I don't think I can. Oh, wait. Oh, I can. I can do polls in the chat. Look at that. Oh, who is the king of dogs? Corgi or Shiba Inu? I'm going to run a poll right now so you can vote. I've never used this feature, and this is the dumbest thing I could possibly use it for. But Nasenda has left me a tip. There's a little animated dog sticker on it, and I can't tell if it's a Corgi or Shiba, but we're about to figure it out in the poll. All right, Ryan is here. Hello, Ryan. Oh, look at those votes coming in. Oh, strong opinions. Strong opinions in the chat. Deborah's here. Hello, Deborah and Obi Salad. Extreme Lube. Oh, Extreme Lube. Extreme Lube says, now I know what Flo meant when she said kiss my grits. Oh, and spelled Flo, F-L-O-W. Very Tired Green Tea. Hello. Hardbody had a crush on Philip McKean as a kid. Yeah, that is the son on the show who you get to see him grow up over the course of the show. Ellie likes the banner. Hello, Ellie. Good to see you and Snagglepuss in your icon. Look at this. Can you spot the new sticker that I've added over here? I've added Alice to the stickers. Bumble, thank you for the tip. Yay! And Masquerade Noir. Hello. And James Polk is here. Hello, James Polk. Deborah Battle loved me on Music with Cheese podcast this week, talking about the fever dream that is the movie The Apple. Oh yeah, if you haven't listened yet, I was on the Musicals with Cheese podcast last week, I think, and we talked about the movie The Apple. Maybe I'd put in my top 5 favorite films. Top 5, way up there. It is hard to follow, but it's a work of art. Anyway, who else do we have? Terrence, hello. Haven't you done an episode about Too Close for Comfort? Oh, maybe I should. Everyone's favorite gay tenant, Monroe, Jim J. Bullock. He's on the list. I'll get to him. Hello to, Knit and Crochet Tigers in New Orleans, Dwayne Townsend's in Philadelphia, 2 p.m. in New Jersey with Ryan. Insect Warrior Jojo, hello, good to see you. Trig is in Ireland, 7 p.m. You've had a whole day, and Brianna is, in Copenhagen. I spent, what did I do there? Oh, I was at a conference a sex and games conference a couple of years ago because I did sexuality, really. Did a project with my partner James about queer people in games and game culture, and presented at a conference in Copenhagen and had a really lovely time there. It's a wonderful, wonderful city. Central Hornet, the bar. I stopped by that lovely gay bar there. All right, we're gonna end the poll with looks like Corgi is the winner. All right, y'all like corgis. It was Shiba Inus at first. They were like took off, but then corgis took over. Missouri, 1 p.m. for Charles. Brianna's and yes, in Copenhagen. Another East Coaster, Intel International Mind in Maryland. Maryland. That's what my chat is. It's the land of Marys. Bubbles in Texas, please send help. Oh, geez. I'm sure you're creating a little island of blue there. Diggy's in Belgium. I have not been to Belgium. I met a lovely man from Belgium when I was in Europe in 2017, but I did not actually get to visit myself. I just took the train right through. Eric's in Ohio, the friendly state, because you can't spell Ohio without high. Corey's in Vancouver, just to the north. A city with lots of lakes and rivers and streams. Well, I guess not lakes, but lots of rivers and streams. A wet city. North Carolina, we got a lot of East Coasters coming in. MC Govern J. That's almost definitely spelled something that I just can't make out. Wait, McGovMJ. I don't know. We're city buddies. Hello, Seattle. Good morning from California, says Lizzie. The art exhibit Nobody Promised You Tomorrow, 50 years after Stonewall, is at my school right now. My girlfriend and I got to see yesterday. It was incredible. Oh, that sounds great. If you are in Seattle, there is a beautiful exhibit at MoPop, the Museum of Pop Culture, about the 50 years since Stonewall as well. Alice shouldn't have worked at shows. Sitcom based on depressing movies, says Mark. It is that indeed. Hello to Joseph Zogli. 2 p.m. in Maine. Oh, Maine, the land of rocky beaches. Hello to Jay Hone and Deborah's in Washington. Astro Cryptid, another Ohio. Dog sitting for my aunt. Oh, I want to see dog. Vuzu is here. Hello. Aiden Jack, my 17th birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oklahoma City for Jack. Oh, there we go. There's somebody in the interior of the country. Good morning from the Netherlands, says Harmon van der Beek. Good morning. Wait, good evening. Good morning to you in the evening. Transpan Woman is here. Hello, Transpan Woman. And Shanga says the pilot's a different opening, too. Diggy says Q-Force released earlier this... Oh, I should take a look at that. I haven't looked at Q-Force yet. One of my friends worked on it, so I'm holding off. I'm not going to do like an evaluation of something that one of my friends worked on, but been holding off watching it. I'll get to it. Oh my God, Nathan says RoboCop got a Saturday morning cartoon. You're right about that. Jeez. That's a weird one. In 1991, there was a Little Shop of Horrors cartoon. I don't think it lasted too long. Another from Oklahoma, Robbie Edwards in Oklahoma. Shinus are the cats of dogs. That is so true. I knew a Shiba named Chie here in Seattle. There's this beautiful club called Vernon Wells. It's like a nerd social club, and they have the owners have a dog named Chie, who's just a real. She's a real he. I can't remember. They are just a real sweetheart of a dog, but they could not care less about what's going on in your life. Transpan Woman was 18 at this time in 76. Oh, what a time to see this, too. I'm very interested to hear what you think about it. Greens from Australia, says Aussie Skates. Oh, hello to Australia. Do you know Outcast Stars? My friend Outcast Stars, who streams from Australia. Probably, I don't know. Everybody in Australia knows each other. Oh, International Minds. Grandparents had corgis. Oh, they're good dogs. They're good dogs. Jet Screamer was just working out with Beat Saber. 900 calories an hour. That is quite a workout. Jet Screamer, what tracks do you like in Beat Saber? I've been doing a lot of Beat Saber myself. I just got the Panic at the Disco pack, which I'm not a huge fan. Like Panic at the Disco, I'm sorry if they're fans here, but they make me feel like, okay, this is like budget Queen. It's like it's Queen, but like not quite. It's I don't know, Princess. Because it's real dramatic music, but and it's very fun to play Beat Saber too. And I like doing the Beat Saber is like a rhythm game in VR, and I like doing it, but the music is just so silly. Anyway, Steve Teeter's here for the first time. Be gentle. Oh, it's gentle as we possibly can. Ice Rose. One breed is actually raised by royalty. Corgis are the way to go. Oh, that's right. The Queen loves corgis. We're all queens here. Jillian says hi from Toronto. Hello to Toronto. Oh, I do want to visit Toronto at some point. It seems like a lovely city. You got the lovely Anthony Oliveira, host of many things, including the Devil's... Is it the Devil's Rejects? No, that's something else. That's a movie. The Devil's Party? I think it's the Devil's Party is his podcast, where he talks about the Bible. And, of course, the Dumpster Raccoon screenings, which will be back, I'm sure, as soon as we can go back to theaters. I cannot wait for those to come back. UK Alice was shown on Channel 4 out of sequence. Tommy was tall one day and teeny the next. Wow, Oscar, that's incredible. Hello to Corbeau. Nin Crochet Tiger. The best dog breed is the Basenji. Those are... Oh, that's what my daughter is. Those are good. Those are good-looking dogs. Steve Teeter's in New Orleans, too. Look at this. Look at this. We're all coming together here. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to rush through some of these comments because I'm never going to catch up otherwise. So we've got Corgi, the clear winner in that poll. All right, Corgi, the official dog of these streams. Aussie, it's 4 a.m. in Melbourne. Oh my goodness! Well, get some sleep. But first, watch my new video, which is going to be premiering in 45 minutes. So we're going to hang out here. We're going to chat for a little bit, and then we're going to watch the video. We're going to talk about like just what was going on in '76 that made it so gay. Nathan says the games in this conference video tabletop role-playing board or otherwise it was a mix of all of them. 10 a.m. in Alaska says Nano Glitch. Oh, I do want to visit Alaska at some point. Seems like a really pretty state. David Lyde in Montana. Montana, the prettiest state. I'm convinced Montana, the most beautiful state. When the first time I drove through it, I literally cried because it was so pretty. All the trees and the fog and the mountains and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is taking over. Taking over my emotions. Random Person's 2010 in Spain. Oh, 11 years in the past. No, it's what is that? That's 10. It's late. It's late for you. 7 p.m. in Manchester. I love how international these streams are. I did hear about Family Guy leaving Adult Swim. Bon voyage is what I say to them. Nasenda, thank you so much for another tip. As a big lover and believer in learning from history, your videos have made me run the entire gamut of human emotions. I wish you very well. The entire gamut. That's all of them. That's wow. I hope take a deep breath and relax. That's a lot of emotions. Corey's signing in from South Carolina. Hello, Corey. James from Detroit. Detroit, a lovely, lovely city. Emily in Indiana. Gary, Indiana, perhaps. You could call Michael. Michael is McGovern. Oh, Ricky in Berlin. Hello to Berlin. I love Berlin. I love so many places that I've been or want to be in the chat. This is so exciting to me. Gosh, there's so many. I went to Pride in Berlin a couple years ago. It's the most fun because it's one of those prides where there's no barriers along the parade route. And so everybody could just like mix and mingle and go into the parade. Start a beautiful day and then just a downpour in the middle of it. Bright and sunny. And then everybody got soaked. So and it's hot. It was hot. So we were all like relieved to be wet. But were we ever? Anyway, so I adore Berlin. Good morning from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Close to Moose Jaw, I believe. Alana in the Mojave High Desert. So many different climates represented here, too. Kentucky Girl at 2 p.m. here says Long Island Medium. Hello to Kentucky. Hello. I hope you're having a good, I don't know, what do I know Kentucky for? Bluegrass. I hope you're having a good bluegrass. That's not a saying. I did add an L, Joseph. Zogi. For some reason I called you Zogli. Zogi. Hello. Crystal's in Illinois. I don't know. What do I have to say about Illinois? I don't know. There's a lot of corn there. Guten Abend aus Berlin, says Ricky. Yes, Guten Abend aus one and all. Rambo got a cartoon? I didn't know that. And Cologne. Oh, we've got multiple Germans in the chat. Oklahoma. Transpan Woman is in Oklahoma. Oh, and of course, Attack the Killer Tomatoes got a cartoon. Another bizarre choice. Aussie's in Miami. Miami's nice, so I'll say it thrice. It's cuter than something. Yes, Vuzu, send me that episode. Send me a link to that episode, please. If you've got things that you want me to talk about, send me tweets. Tweets are the best way to send things to me. Send me a thing on Twitter. Linda Levin was the original Broadway cast. If it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. What? Was that a show? Really? We're going to talk about Broadway. Don't worry. I love your videos, says Robbie. Robbie, you're related to anybody that was a part of the production of the TV show Wonder Woman. Your last name is similar to theirs. I don't remember what theirs is, though. Not that I know of. I have few American relatives, actually. Direct, by blood American relatives. Both of my parents, well, not my dad. But my dad's grandparents, or my dad's parents, my grandparents on my dad's side are immigrants. My mother's an immigrant. So, yeah, not a lot of U.S. relatives. Not related to L. Frank Baum. That I know of. I guess you go back far enough, we're all related to each other. Hello from Denmark, says Katrin. Hello. Thank you for popping by. The Brady Kids said crossover here into Superman and Wonder Woman. Jeez. So I love when shows have crossovers that make no sense. That is my favorite. There's some, by like following like crossovers, you can like connect Seinfeld to Star Trek. Like I love like that weird map. The Tommy, I almost called him Tommy Wiseau. No, what's his name? The boy from not General Hospital. You know, what's that show? Picket Fences. Anyway, the show. There's this one show that has a character named Tommy that is like the nexus of all the crossovers that have ever happened on television. Like every crossover passes through this one show. Anyway, so I love tracing the 6 degrees of connection through that one kid. Anyway, Terrence wants to go to Melbourne one day. I hear they have awesome pride. Yes. Oh my gosh, Mardi Gras, and what a pride! I've not been to Australia's prides, but they look incredible. I want to go to Sydney, and also there's a big drag festival in is it in Coober Pedy? It's in one of the towns from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Has like a huge drag festival tribute. Basically, it was established by Priscilla. It's real sweet. Hello from Vancouver, says Ed Appleby. Hello to Vancouver, just to the north. Let's see here. Who else we got? 1976 is the year I met my partner. We're 40 years together, says Steve. Wowee. 76. Where'd you meet? Actress playing Flo was the old lady in Gremlins, or am I thinking of someone else? I believe you're correct, Jimmy. She was in a million things, that actress. What was her name? Polly something, I want to say? I don't remember. She's also in Mrs. Doubtfire. She's just like one of those actors who's just like in everything. Polly Holiday, that's the name. Thank you, Seven. Evergreen was a great song. Barbara's Perm was intense. Wait, what is that in? I'm in Brazil. Nancy says, come to Brazil, quote. 2 p.m. here. Hello to Brazil. Episode on Richard Hunt. Let me, geez. It just jumped. Wait, I lost the comment. Oh dear. Episode on Richard Hunt left me thinking about it for weeks. It was beautiful. Thank you. Oh, goodness gracious. Random person. I'm so glad you liked it. Well, from Austin says, Paul, Flo Bell or Jolene. Flo will win, but I have a soft spot for Celia Watson, says Hard Body. Polly Holiday is that Kiss My Grits was her catchphrase in the 1970s. What a weird catchphrase. But I don't know. People for some reason in the 70s liked Kiss My Grits as a catchphrase. We're going to talk about that in the video that you're going to see in about 40 minutes. Ahoy, ahoy, says Dirty Uncle Owen. Hello, Dirty Uncle Owen. Welcome here. Trevor's signing in from Vancouver. Superman Musicals on YouTube, says Deborah. Okay, all right, we're going to have to check that out. Michael Corona's here. Big fan of yours. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I'm a big fan of yours, too. Thank you. 70s is littered with why is that a cartoon? The weirdest was the Partridge Family, 2200 AD. Oh, my goodness. It's like Cleopatra 2525. Do you remember that show? Cleopatra 2525? Catchy title. Catchy theme song. And it has, who's in the cast? Somebody really good is in the cast. Now I can't remember who. Anyway, Cleopatra 2525. Catchy title. Not a great show. Tommy Westfall, that's the name. Thank you, Nathan Smith. And, oh my goodness, I just somehow broke the chat and I lost all the comments that I was looking at. Hold on, it's reloading, but I think... Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're back. Terrence says, Alice Springs. That's where it is. Alice Springs, that drag festival. Cog PP says, any chance you'll do some UK shows sometime, like RTD stuff, years and years, or It's a Sin? I'm familiar with it, but not particularly knowledge about the British gay stuff. I would love to do Are You Being Served? And, Mr. Humphreys from that. So if you have suggestions, tweet them at me. But I'm going to have to, really give myself, a crash course in British gay, because it's a different culture, and I don't want to get it wrong. Saint Elsewhere, that's the show. Thank you, Deborah. Shout out if anyone remembers Thumpers, says Callista. What is Thumpers? Whatever happened to Priscilla? The bus, was it dismantled? Did someone own it as a collector's item, says Video Gamer? That's such a good question. I don't know. what happened to the bus. There's definitely been recreations, like a version of that bus appeared in the Olympics when the Olympics were in, where were they? Sydney? And I don't remember what year it was. I just remember it was the Kylie Minogue Olympics where she performed at the closing ceremonies. What year was that? Anyway, the Sydney Olympics. A version of that bus appeared there, but I was probably not the same one. Steve Teeter says, we met in UCLA. He was one of my professors. That's really sweet. Aw, that's cute. Although, could be fraught. Professor and student dating. But sounds like it worked out. Met my partner James in college. We were both students at Emerson College. We got my MRS degree. Then in the early 80s, Polly Holly was launched from a window in a rocket-propelled chair that was hacked by a gremlin. Says Knit and Crochet Tiger. That's, yes, screaming, kiss my grits as she went. Bram Wardrober says, didn't Flo have her own show too? She did. It was entitled Flo. Gesundheit, James. Hyrule Commander checking in from Chicago. Hello, Hyrule Commander. Terrence says, my high school used to have celebrity basketball games. Chad Allen was there one year. He never left the locker room. What? Wait, what is that story? I need more details there. Fonz and Happy Days gang turns into a wacky time travel show where they're trying to get back to the 50s. Oh, I'm assuming cartoon, right? Flo had it was a one-season spinoff, says Hard Body. Just one season. Flo didn't last long. Poor Flo. Honestly, I'm just shocked that Alice lasted as long as it did. Like, what a weird premise for a... I mean, so the premise is actually good. It's this woman is on her way somewhere. She's like starting over. Her husband's passed away on the show. Her husband's passed away. And she's driving to, I don't know, Monterey. I can't remember where she's headed to, but her car breaks down. She has to stop in Phoenix. And then she just like settles that she gets a job at a diner and like stays and raises her kid there. It's kind of a sweet premise. But the movie that it's based on is real gritty and like dark. With Ellen Burstyn and Chris Christopherson and Laura Dern. It's the first known sighting of Laura Dern. She appears in the movie as she's probably like 12 or something. She's a kid in the background, just like an extra in the diner. Terrence says Flo was 2 seasons. 2 seasons. It's funny, like when they go into syndication or when they go like online, sometimes they change stuff. So it might have aired as 1 and then like went to Google Play as 2 seasons. Sometimes they split them up for like reasons that make no sense. For some reason, Fraggle Rock is on Amazon. There's no season 5, but there's 2 season 2s. They just got the numbering wrong. Diggy says going into Rowan Ellis's territory of British gay turf war. Maybe that's just a good resource for me to learn from. Maybe I just watch a bunch of Rowan Ellis. Nacenda, thank you again for another cute dog sticker tip. Yay! I can't get enough of those. Thank you so much. And BT Dubs, thanks to everybody who leaves little tips or super chats or whatever they're called. And also, of course, to everyone who's a patron. Got to shout out everybody who is checking in on Patreon and supporting these videos and all that stuff. I just posted a video today where I go into depth. This is probably my longest bonus video, but I just posted a bonus video for patrons about all the gay stuff that was happening on Broadway in the 1970s. Did barely scratch the surface, honestly. Like, I talked about some of my favorites. Renee Auberjonois, Odo from Star Trek, played one of the first, probably the first openly gay villain on Broadway. Got a Tony for that in Coco. Of course, Boys in the Band and a musical entitled Gulp! Exclamation point. Musical's good when it's got an exclamation point. Gulp! Exclamation point. And what else was there? Of course, Cabaret and Chorus Line. Anyway, so if you want to hear about all that, go check out my Patreon. There's a link in the description. I got a little bonus video up there about all the gay Broadway stuff. Oh, Callista says Thumpers was a gay bar in Seattle, one of the first opened in the mid-70s to not black out their windows. I was a cook for them, and again at their new location, Union, on the Hill. Wow, I did not know about that. Where was the original location? I know there were a ton in Pioneer Square. Pioneer Square was like the area. It's just always been kind of like the down and out part of Seattle, like going all the way back to like the 1800s, where it was like the mud flats. And it was where a lot of the gay bars sprung up, late 1800s, early 1900s. Like, of course, they weren't called gay bars then. And if you look at a map of like when gay bars opened or queer gathering places opened in Seattle, you can slowly see them progressing up the Pike Pine corridor up to Capitol Hill, where they are now. Primarily, there's also a bunch in. There were a bunch in White Center. That's undergoing a bit of a shift. One of them burned down recently, unfortunately. Nobody injured, but sad to have lost that bar. But it is reopening. They've got a new location. They're reopening. So don't worry. Don't worry, everybody. Lumberyard will be reopening. That's the latest word on that. Anyway. Alice was based on the movie, says Vuzu. That is correct. Based loosely, I would say. Loosely. Oh, RTD is Russell T. Davis. That's what it is. Oh, Aussie says, I love Blansky's Beauties with Nancy Walker. We'll talk a little bit about Nancy Walker. Gosh, what a weird, it's just another really strange phenomenon in the 70s. Nancy Walker played Rhoda's mom on a million different shows, because there were a million shows in that. I mean, 3 really in the Mary Tyler Moore universe, cinematic universe. Anyway, Nancy Walker played Rhoda's mom. She's real fun. And she got a show, the Nancy Walker Show, Norman Lear Show. Didn't last a season. Went right over to Blansky's Beauties. Also did not last long. I think that was 2 seasons, maybe? Anyway, it's attempted programming of the 1970s. There's a lot of bombs in there. Jess Screamer loved One Day at a Time with Ms. Romano. She had this cuddly, gorgeous boyfriend. I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah, nobody wanted to kiss Flo's grits, sadly, when she was just Flo. Diane Ladd played Belle and Alice, but Flo in the movie. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Diane Ladd appeared, Laura Dern's mom, appeared on in the movie Alice as Flo, and then she appeared on the show Alice as a totally different character. Bizarre. Oh, you're right, Terrence. There's another example of that. Baghdad Cafe starring Whoopi. I remember that because it annoyed me that Baghdad was misspelled. Calista says this is on Madison and 12th. Oh, wow. So very different neighborhood. So up on the hill. Really close to Pony, really. Yeah, Pony, another great, if you're ever in Seattle, my favorite gay bar, Pony. Have you ever seen any of James Somerton's videos? Made some really thoughtful videos on queerness and pop culture. No, I have not seen those, International Mind. I will check those out. James Somerville. Somerton. Linda Lavin's enjoying a good comeback, says Jet Screamer. Is she? I have not seen a lot of Linda Lavin lately. What's Linda Lavin done for me lately? Hardbody says, have you done an episode on Tales of the City? I have not yet. Not yet. Oh, and of course, Bram Wardrober says Nancy Walker is in Murder by Death. Fantastic and bizarre film. Wait, was that also 1976? What year was Murder by Death? It was 76. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what we're going to be talking about. 76, incredibly gay year. Not sure why, but there was actually I do have some theories. A lot of gay stuff going on politically in like the headlines, and then pop culture really following the lead of what was going on in terms of organizing, following Stonewall and the rise of prides and decriminalization in some states, and homosexuality being delisted as mental illness. Just a lot of stuff happening. Like all of a sudden, there was a lot of organizing around queer, and you really see it reflected in pop culture. Really hitting hard around 76. Just a ton of gay shows and movies and musicals and songs. And this is going to be in the video that's coming up. David Bowie came out that year. Elton John came out that year. That was the year of Bohemian Rhapsody. That was the year of Sylvester was really hitting that year. What else? I Was Born This Way, or Born That Way. Born This Way. Not the Lady Gaga version, but the Lady Gaga version is inspired by a song that came out in 76. Murder by Death has a queer joke in it. Also came out in 76. And then there was this one block of television at the end of September in 76 that was just like something gay on television every single day of the week. It was incredible. Okay, let me skip through the chat here so I don't fall too far behind. Have you covered Angels in? Oh, I haven't done Angels in America. That's a heavy one. I gotta be careful. Like I don't make too much of make the video too much of a bummer. Robbie says, have you thought about doing, or maybe have you done videos in international television shows? There's a real challenge there in like finding them, because like a lot of shows just are not preserved. Erica says your videos came up as a recommendation after watching a James Somerton video. Well, there you go. Was that the year of that couldn't have been Sleeko Duck, the year of the pie in the face of Anita Bryant? Anita Pie Face? What year was that? 77. Still, that was earlier than I would have thought, because she was really active with political stuff like later in the 70s. But 77, huh? Deborah says, the year America was in a real party mood. I guess it was the bicentennial. Peter Falk is great as the PI in Murder by Death, a woman who whistles. It's not my genre. Yeah. Murder by Death also starred, yes, Truman Capote in Murder by Death. Pretty gay performer. I feel weird calling Truman Capote a performer, but he does perform, so what are you going to do? Oh, by the way, speaking of Truman Capote, you're going to see in this video that's coming up in about a half hour, I'm wearing my Truman Capote shirt in that one, but it's not exactly Truman Capote. I'll leave it to you to make the interpretation of my shirt, but pay attention to the shirt that I'm wearing. It's a Truman Capote tribute shirt. Insect Warrior says, is there any way to watch back the day's Tales from the City show? Oh yeah, I'm sure that's probably on Netflix. Speaking of Laura Dern, not in that. Laura Linney in that one. I was about to say starring Laura Dern, but nope. Nope. That's Laura Linney. Hi, I'm Laura Linney, and this is Masterpiece. Masquerade Noir, a big fan of Rose Nyland. of the Golden Girls, of course. Of course. Who is not a fan of the Golden Girls? Mark Calise was 4 in 76. 4! Probably a little young to recognize just how gay TV was getting. So there's a big concentration of gay stuff there. And something that really shocked me, honestly, was like how gay Broadway suddenly was, that there hadn't been a lot. I don't talk about this in the video that we're going to watch, so let's just talk about it now. Shockingly, there hadn't been a lot of queer on Broadway or even off Broadway up until that point. There'd been a little bit. Like, obviously, Boys in the Band was, I want to say, 67. And then the movie was 69. Nice. But there had not been like a lot of openly queer stuff until Odo from Star Trek, obviously was not playing Odo at that point, but appeared in Coco, the Coco Chanel musical. Oh my God. I love the story behind this show. It's a musical about Coco Chanel, 1967. 1969. And Odo's in it, but also Katharine Hepburn plays Coco Chanel. Not a singer, but she did her best. She actually didn't want to be in it. She was like, I can't sing. But they did say they worked on it. They, got her a voice coach, and she made it work. She made it work. She did her best. You can find a clip of her in the Tonys, the 69 Tonys, well, really 70 Tonys, 1970 Tonys, of her performing. And, she's acting more than she's singing. Let's put it that way. James says meow. Let's see. When was Kiss of the Spider Woman, actually? When did that happen? That's much later. I want to say that's like 80s. Kiss of the Spider Woman. 85 for the movie. When was the show? Candor and Ebb. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Productions 90. That's not what I'm looking for. When was it on? 90. Oh wait, how is it? Was it a movie? This is surprising to me. I thought it was a play before it was a movie, but was it a movie before it was a film? No. Okay, here we go. It was a novel. It was a 70. Look at this, 76 again, 1976. Something was just in the water in 1976. Anyway, so Kiss of the Spider Woman, novel, 1976, turned into a movie, 1985, turned into a play, 1990, much later than I thought. Anyway. Oh, and Transparent Woman Said Soap came on in 77. Billy Crystal's a gay man. That's, complicated man. Billy Crystal's identity shifts a lot throughout that show, throughout Soap. Let's see. Truman Capote tribute shirt would be a great name for a Queen cover band. That's actually not bad. Tromer says, big year for gay documentaries. A lot of films gained a ton of publicity for both gay and straight audiences. Gay USA, word is out. Oh, that's interesting, Tomer. I missed those. I may have to do another video about 76 because there's honestly, there's a bunch that I missed. I'm actually going to make a note of those docs. Let me just call up my notes here. Say, word is out. Kiss of the Spy. Oops. Oh boy. Spider Woman. Every time I discover something gay that happened in the 70s, I'm like, and it's connected to 1976. It was like the epicenter year. Jet Screamers was 6. My sister was just born, 1976. Mario says, did you make it on purpose that Alice is shocked by Bert? Well, who wouldn't be shocked by Bert? Shocking. A shocking character. Jet Screamers, they started with Billy Crystal being gay, then they botched everything. They kind of implied that gay people want sex change surgery. I give them an A for effort because it was the 70s. Could have used a little more consultation with the gay media, or gay, what was it called? Gay and lesbian gay task force? Anyway, it's a media consultation group in the 70s. They kind of screwed up the Billy Crystal character in some ways. He's always like, I'm gay, and then he has sex with women. Bisexuals existed. It was a thing. Or pansexuals. Or, he could have just been, I don't know, non-binary. Honestly, nobody was saying non-binary back then. People would have been confused by that. Viewers would have been confused. Anyway, what am I talking about? Billy Crystal. They also had, a trans storyline for him, but he really, he was, and they use a pretty poor terminology, let's put it that way, but he transitions because he wants to marry his boyfriend, not because he identifies as a woman. So not a great storyline there. Starry says, better or worse than Lauren Bacall in Applause? Ooh, So there's a story, and I don't know if this is true. There's a story that Ethel Merman went to see Lauren Bacall in Applause. She gets there late. Lauren Bacall is just about to start singing. Lauren Bacall opens her mouth, starts singing, and from the audience, you hear Ethel Merman belting out in her voice, in her big Ethel Merman voice, Jesus Christ! Look up, you could just look up a ton. There's so many great stories about Ethel Merman. And there are also some extraordinarily offensive ones, so be careful which ones you look up. Anyway, Mr. T-Bone says Katharine Hepburn could sing as well as Rex Harrison could. Rex Harrison knew how to work with his limitations, and you know what? I feel like Katharine Hepburn does too. They work within their limitations. I heard Olivia Newton-John came out as bi back then? That's interesting. I've never heard that. Fascinating. Jimmy says, any thoughts on Fortune Men's Eyes, 1971? I am not familiar with that at all. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Transpan Woman says, in The Lion in Winter, Katharine Hepburn had a gay son that had an affair with a king of France. Yes. Gosh. Oh, and Cator says, do a video on Victor Victoria. Wait, what year was Victor Victoria? 82. Okay. A little bit later than I thought. Chris Cooling says, you do fantastic work. Thank you so much, Chris. Forgotten TV and can sympathize on the amount of research involved in your videos. It is a lot. Yes. Ellie's looking for an obscure Sesame Street clip from the 70s where the crazy cat and Ignat's mouse represent the word love. Oh, not the best relationship. An odd reference. I have never seen that. Sleek Duck says, yeah, Olivia Newton-John came out as bi. Fascinating. Tell me more about that. Citation needed. Oh, yeah. Brom Wardrobe says, Mary Hartman was 76 too. So much. Oh, Tomer says, word is out was 77. Gay says 78. Same sentiment, but never mind. Terrence said 76 was a magical year. Oh, it was the year you were born. Congratulations and happy birthday to you. We're talking about your birth year. It's not exactly your birthday. It's your birth year. Transparent Woman's wife was born in 76. Well, there you go. Cause for celebration. Carlos says, yes, I was born this way. Disco song covered by Carl B in 77. Found it was actually 76. He founded a church. The LGBT community died at age 77 this September. Wow. It's a telefilm called Terrence's Major Gay Storyline featured Julie Newmar, says Bob Mathis Friedman. Terraces. I'm not familiar with that one. One of the good things about Terry Pratchett's monstrous regimen, he doesn't use the current terminology, which now be out. Oh, that dodges a lot of bullets. Anyway, so Katharine Hepburn in Coco, 1969. One of the conditions of her being in the show was that she insisted that they leave the theater doors open. It was like winter in Manhattan, and she insisted that the theater be set to 70 degrees. I guess she just ran hot, and so it was freezing in that theater for that show. Anyway, do a video on the movie Making Love, says Vuzu. Vuzu. That would be a fun one. Not a movie a lot of people are familiar with, but yeah, 1982, Making Love, controversial film, but the first big mainstream gay love story in a film, as like the main characters. Bram says, did you see Susan Sarandon on Sesame Street doing a Rocky Horror spoof with a Count? What? That's wild. What year was that? I can't believe. Jet Screamer confirms. I saw that. Wow. Okay. That's great. 76, speaking of Rocky Horror, the year that Rocky Horror started getting midnight screenings. 75, it came out, but it was a big flop. 75, nobody wanted Rocky Horror Picture Show when it first came out. Then the Waverly Theater in New York started doing midnight screenings in April of 76. And suddenly people were like, oh, this is fun. we can be rowdy and yell at the screen. Let's do this. So first Halloween midnight screening of Rocky Horror, October 1976. Tales of the City is all four. Is it all four in the UK? Is it on? Is that the channel that it's on? Jet's a Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. I've been over 200 times. Jay Owen says, the mug bottomless. You drink from it endlessly. I have to take tiny sips. Tiny little mouse sips. Because otherwise the coffee makes me alarmed. Michael Knack, consider Three's Company a positive show for gays, even though he was faking it. Better than nothing. Let's put it that way. It could have been worse. That's I think the best that can be said about Three's Company. The gayest film of Harry Hamlin ever did was Clash of the Titans. Wow. Okay, that's going way back. That was like 50s, right? Oh, Terraces premiered in 77. So close to 76. Just one off. Just slightly off. You can check out my, I've got a video about Starsky and Hutch and Murder, She Wrote, about why things changed a little bit. So it was like super, super gay. Music, movies, TV, books, got super gay in the mid-70s and then just stopped in the 80s. I've got, check out my video about Starsky and Hutch and Murder, She Wrote for why that came to a screeching halt in the 1980s. Anyway, gosh, what else was going on? Anyway, so the shows we're going to be talking about, there's this 1 week where everything went gay. It was premiere week, 76. And so we had what do we have? The show Family had a gay episode. In some markets, they aired the gay episode. In other markets, they aired a different one. But it was the season premiere. And so in some markets, season premiere of Family started with a gay episode. Then you've got Alice doing a gay episode. Then you've got, what else? Bob Newhart was the next week. They added a gay character to the therapy group. Nancy Walker's show had a recurring gay character, which was very unusual for the 70s. There was one show that had a recurring gay character before that, The Corner Bar, which nobody watched, big flop, but it starred Vincent something or other as a recurring gay character. First time you had a recurring gay character on TV. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted that show. I don't blame him for that, but nobody wanted it. And then Nancy Walker show had one. Nobody wanted that either. That was a big flop. And then you got Jody on Soap, played by Billy Crystal. So we got there eventually. But yeah, 70s was kind of like mid-70s. 76 was like, I'd say it's similar to like the mid-2000s for the amount of gay that was happening, the amount of representation. Obviously, politics were super different, but it's kind of like the mid 2000s. Also, I guess kind of similar to the pansy craze in the 30s. Kind of like, obviously TV wasn't around then, but in the way that it is now, or way that it is now, or the way that it is in the 70s, the way that it is in the 30s. Isn't it wild to think? Geez, 30s to 70s is about the same distance from 70s to now. Trying to maybe even, bigger. 70s to now is a bigger distance from 70s to 30s. Trying to think about that. Hello, Hank Morgan. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Great to see you. We're just talking about the 70s, You know how, like you do. And then in about, what are we looking at? About 14 minutes, we're going to check out my new video about the show Alice and her gay boyfriend and all the other gay stuff that was happening in the 1970s, particularly this one super gay week in 1976 and why that happened. Also, of course, we're going to be talking about, we haven't talked about this in the stream yet, but we're going to talk about the Family Hour, which is this phenomenon that happened 74 to 76. Basically, there was a lot of sex and violence on television. People were like, oh, think of the children. We got to do something about all this sex and violence. And the solution to that just wound up we'll put it this way, it wound up not having the effect that they wanted. Creating the Family Hour was, in the long run, counterproductive for everyone involved. Oh, suddenly Steve says, yeah, in the 80s you had bosom buddies, not really gay, but it's got a queer adjacency to it. How about that? And yep, Bram, Mary Hartman, recurring gay couple in 76. They're just on the cusp because they are recurring. You're right that they're recurring. They're not main cast. They're guests, but they are recurring. Ed and Howard and Ed. Those are the characters. And I have a video about them. You can check that out on my channel. Mary Hartman first talk about gay marriage basically on television with regulars. Sigmund and the Sea Monsters is Rip Taylor portraying a regular character starting the second season. What year was that? What year was Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? I mean, anything Rip Taylor's going to do is going to be gay. Carmen says, very gay week in 76, the week I was born. Perhaps. It's exactly 45 years ago next week. So late September in 76 was when this all happened. The big sister, the blonde from Family, is a gay lady in real life, says Vuzu. I didn't know that. Oh, look at that. A gay actor? I don't believe it. Oh, I'm not familiar with those. Amparo Lopez says, despite Bosom Buddies leads Kip and Harry's dragging it up to deceive people, became pretty good later on. Definitely better than the short-lived series Ask Harriet and Work It. I think I remember Work It. That was just a couple years ago, I think. But I don't know Ask Harriet. Transman Woman says in 78 there was a film called A Different Story about a straight woman who marries a gay man to prevent his deportation, but then they fall in love. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of that one. Interesting. HK says an interesting intersection between British camp and overt queerness is a Super Softies baby wipes ad from '83, where little cherub children talk like British adult gay men, and it was just normal. Somebody find this and send it to me. I've got to see this. That's insane. What? Lifted Albuquerque says, I only remember one scene on Soap with Billy Crystal where he breaks up with his boyfriend, played by Bob Seagreen. Oh, who's Bob Seagreen? I know that he was a football player on the show, but I don't know actually anything about the actor. Bram says, so Uncle Arthur doesn't count either. Uncle Arthur had a girlfriend on Bewitched, which, come on, Paul. Come on. Oh, yeah, and GA says The Ritz came 76. Yes, fantastic. So I don't want to say a fantastic film. The clips that I've seen, I haven't seen the whole movie, but the clips I've seen are super, super fun. Stars Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller's dad, and, of course, Rita Moreno. Fantastic Rita Moreno in that film. Let's see. Sigmund and the Sea Monsters ran from 73 to 75. There you go. Good run for Rip Taylor. Carlos says, in 76, my primary connection with the gay world is a radio program in Philadelphia, college radio called Sunshine Gay Dream. What did they program on Sunshine Gay Dream? What a name for a college for a radio station. Transpan Woman says, Bewitched was probably the gayest show ever on television. I've got a whole video about that. Check out my Bewitched video for that. Yeah, of course, they had Uncle Arthur. They had Alice Ghostly, who, rumor has it was queer in some way. I don't think that's ever been confirmed. Agnes Moorehead, a lot of people say that she was queer. Never confirmed. I have a feeling that might have been just a Paul Lynde rumor that he started because he didn't like her. I'm going to guess. I don't know that for sure. But, Agnes Moorehead was a complicated woman. She played in Dora on Bewitched, the very fun drag queen-esque mother. But the thing is, in real life, Agnes Moorehead was quite religious. So that does complicate her identity. Yeah, Nathan says Uncle Arthur had a beard on Bewitched. That might be more accurate. What was I just... Oh, I was just listening to the podcast Gayest Episode Ever with Drew Mackey and Glenn Lakin about the Beard episode of Seinfeld. Really good episode. Check out that podcast, Gayest Episode Ever. I've been on a couple episodes of that where they talk about gay episodes of television. So if you like my stuff, you'll probably like their stuff. But anyway, so they did an episode about the Beard, Seinfeld, which I don't think it's a great episode of Seinfeld. It's nice that there's something gay on it, but I think it's kind of just like a middling Seinfeld episode. Lots of gay stuff on Seinfeld, like little one-offs. For example, on the subway episode, I think it's called The Subway Train or The Train. Elaine's going to a lesbian wedding. And so there's some comments about George is like, how do they pick which one's going to be the bride and which one's going to be the groom? They toss a coin. So, okay. And Elaine rolls her eyes at that. So it's good that they have someone roll their eyes at how dumb George is about that. Emily says, Endora had drag queen grandeur for sure. I mean, that was just Agnes Moorehead's whole vibe. Even going back to some of her earliest roles. She's in Citizen Kane. And she has a real larger than life presence in that one too. Mike G says, one of the Darrens was gay. Yes, Dick Sargent. He was gay, came out publicly because a tabloid was going to out him against his will. So he's like, you know what? Go to hell. I'm just going to come out before you can out me. Bram says, Agnes Moorehead's interview with Dick Cavett would suggest otherwise. Oh, what did you say to Dick Cavett? Speaking of the 70s, geez. In doing my research for this, I kept coming across Dick Cavett interviews, and I was like, boy, oh boy, what could be more 70s than just Dick Cavett everywhere you look? Terrence says, Agnes Moorehead doesn't get the drag respect she should get these days. I would love to see an Agnes Moorehead drag queen. I don't think I've ever seen a drag queen do Agnes Moorehead. Please, somebody do that. I want to see somebody do the Quicksilver speech from Bewitched. The second maybe second or third episode of Bewitched. They just had that character down, nailed down in Dora. She does this beautiful speech about how witches are special. They're Quicksilver. Where it's something like, we're a voice in the wind. We live on a song and a sparkle of a star. And it's a beautiful speech about what makes witches special. And it's applicable to a lot of disenfranchised minorities. You could read it as this is what makes queer people special. You could read it as this is what makes Jewish people special. You could read it as a lot of different things. And it's a beautiful little line, a bit of dialogue. And of course, Agnes is just incredible in her performance. Anyway, Sunshine Gay Dream on Philadelphia College Radio Program and Activism Updates and Current Events. Wow, so it was like a news thing? Fascinating. Huh. Suddenly Steve says, Seinfeld had Kramer being threatened by a flamboyant gay couple in the Soup Nazi episode. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. No, Patrick Bristow is on an episode of Seinfeld as the hairdresser, I think. He is not one of the flamboyant gay couples characters. Dick Cavett did the best interviews as Jet Screamer. He has an interview with David Brenner about the show Snip that has to be seen to be believed. It seems like Dick Cavett just hates David Brenner. At one point, David Brenner's talking about a show that he's working on, Snip, where he's like, it's running along. We got to cut some of the laughs because people are laughing so hard. We got to cut some of the laughs. And Dick Cavett's like, or just turn off the laugh machine. And he's just real oh, you're right. That was Tom Snyder, not Dick Cavett. Oh, confused them. I believe that Dick Cavett and Tom Snyder are the same person. James says they kissed. Ugh. Carmen says, Agnes Moorehead is very much my style, but I'm an AFAB genderqueer person. All right. You know what? Make the most of that. Make Agnes Moorehead your personal style. Let's see. Better than Holly. Oh yeah, better than Holly Goodhead. Yeah. What a name, Holly Goodhead. Jeez. All right. Mark Lee says, was the Subway episode of Seinfeld the one with Ernie Sabella as a naked man on Subway? That's the one, Mark. That's the one. It's a real feast your eyes moment. That Ernie. Good for him. Knit Crochet Tiger says, my boyfriend finally admitted to our neighbors that he was bi just 2 weeks before he passed away. Wow. Other than me, there were only 3 other people that knew. Wow. That must have been, good for him for sharing that and having the, I don't know, making that milestone in a person's life when they're feeling more comfortable talking about it. Soccer Channing 79 series was just very gay positive. Here's on YouTube, Just Friends. Oh, I've never seen it. Just Friends. Oh, Ben Wellen, there you go, the line of dialogue. We are quicksilver, a fleeting shadow, a distant sound. Our home has no boundaries beyond which we cannot pass. We live in music, in the flash of color. We live in the wind, in the sparkle of a star. Nails Chrysanthemum is late, but glad I'm here. Hello to you. We're going to be wrapping up in just a minute, but we're not going anywhere because this live stream is going to send you automatically, fingers crossed, it usually works, send you automatically over to the premiere of my new video about the gayest episode ever, the gayest week ever in 1976, and the Family Hour, and how the Family Hour, an attempt to de-gay TV, wound up just making it even gayer. So that's what we're going to be watching in just a minute. We're going to wrap up this stream and send you over there. In case it doesn't send you automatically, there is a link in the description to head over there manually if you must. Once again, big thanks to everybody for the little tips in the chat. I really, really appreciate those. And thanks to everybody who has joined me over on Patreon. Really appreciate that. All the folks over there, they get bonus videos. You get early ad-free access to the videos when they go up. You can also get a little care package in the mail. I'll send you some stickers and stuff. I just got these stickers made, actually. So these are going out to new patrons. I got the big queer power sticker here, and I got the thank God I'm gay stickers, or thank God I'm queer stickers. So patrons at, I believe, 20 and up get those. So anyway, check me out on Patreon. You get a whole bunch of bonus stuff over there. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. Let's get some music going here. And there we go. And hopefully when this premiere ends, it'll send you right on over to my new video. So where do we have it? There we go. There's the music. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for popping by. I'll see you over on the live stream. Nope. I'll see you over on the premiere of my new video. And yeah, thanks again for being here. Thank you for being a friend, and thanks for, just being a part of these little things. All right. Oh, and Brian with the tip right at the end of, oh my goodness, my stars. Tremendous. Thank you so much for all your support and making all this stuff possible. I really, really, really appreciate it. All right, everybody. I will see you in just a couple minutes over on that premiere. Let's end the stream. The thing that I always screw up. Let's see if I can do it properly this time. All right, everybody. See you in just a minute.